Imagine this for a second. What if everything you think about yourself, your likes, dislike, fear, ambitions, wasn't really yours? What if a lot of what you believe, feel, or want has been shaped by forces outside you, almost since the day you were born? Think about it. Family, school, friend, society, they all tell you what's right, what's wrong, what to desire, and even what to fear. Slowly, you start believing that these are your choices, your preferences. But Krishnamurthy, a thinker who spent his whole life exploring the mind, asked a simple yet powerful question: are these really yours or just something you've been conditioned to accept? He dedicated his life to one core idea: truth is pathless land. There is no guru, no system, no religion, no philosophy that can hand you the truth on a silver plate. Truth isn't a place you arrive at the following someone else's map. It's something you discover for yourself by observing, understanding, and really paying attention to your own mind. In this video, we are going to explore his teaching in a way that's not abstract or complicated. We'll see how they touch your mind, your emotion, your relationship, and how they can actually help you experience a deeper sense of freedom and clarity in your life. Have you ever stopped to think about why you like certain things, dislike other, or even feel certain fears? Most of the time we assume these are just who we are. But here's the catch. A large part of what you think is you might actually come from outside influences. From the moment we are born, the world around us quietly shapes our mind. Parents, friends, culture, they all play a role, often without us even realizing it. Parents, for example, they tell us what is good and bad. You should become a doctor, not an artist, or behave properly. Over time, these instructions sink in so deeply that we start thinking they are our own choices, our own desires. Then there is a school. Education teaches us to measure a success with grades, awards, and recognition. Slowly, we begin judging ourselves and others based on their external standards, believing that our worth depends on performance. Religion does something similar. It gives us a moral codes, ritual, and rules about what is right and wrong, what is sinful or virtuous. Following them blindly often reinforce this conditioning instead of helping us truly understand life. And of course, culture. Our society defines what is acceptable, how we should behave, even how we celebrate life. Without noticing, our thoughts, feeling, and action get shaped by these norms. Krishnamurthy called all of this conditioning. Think of it like invisible programming running in the background of your mind. You might think, I like this, I hate that, I want this. But most of it comes from outside influence, not from the real you. Here's an example. Imagine someone insults you, you get angry, right? But pause for a second. Why did you get angry? Most likely it's because society has trained you to care about your image, your reputation. You are not defending your true self. You are defending a version of yourself created by social expectation. True freedom isn't about doing whatever you want. It's about seeing your conditioning clearly, understanding how it shapes you, and acting from awareness rather than habit or fear. Krishnamurthy once said, think about that for a moment. How often do you confuse love with attachment, control, or fear? In modern relationship, it's very common. We say things like you are mine or expect people to love us the way we want them to. We fear loss, we fear rejection, we fear being alone. But Krishnamurthy makes it clear. This is not real love. This kind of love is rooted in ego, desire and fear. So, what is real love? True love exists only when the self, the ego is silent. When your mind stops demanding, controlling, or fearing, love becomes free, open, and non possessive. It is unrestricted, just like space. Here's an example. You genuinely care for a friend, but when they succeed or receive recognition, you feel of jealousy. Why? Because your love is mixed with comparison, insecurity, and expectation. Krishnamurthy points out that if love is tied to control, fear, or desire, it is no longer pure. It's conditional. In many relationships, we unconsciously try to shape others to fit our expectation. We want them to behave a certain way, meet our emotional need, or react the way we want. But this isn't love, it's control. And here is the thing, freedom and love cannot coexist. True love only exists in a mind that is free. So, the key takeaway is simple but profound. Love without possession, expectation, or control is the kind of love that liberates both you and the other person. Have you noticed how much of your life is spent judging? Almost every thought, feeling, or action get labeled as a good or bad, right or wrong, spiritual or impure. Most people don't even realize it. But this constant judging prevents us from truly understanding ourselves. And the world Krishnamurti calls this judging mind. A mind that always measures, compares, and evaluates. He introduced a concept called choiceless awareness. It's simple in words but powerful in practice. Observe life exactly as it is, without labeling, judging, or reacting. Here is a relatable example. Imagine you feel anger rising inside you. Usually, what happens? You shout, suppress it, or feel guilty afterwards. That's the mind reacting according to habit. Krishnamurti says stop for a moment and just observe. Notice the anger. Feel your heartbeat, your tension in your body. The impulse that arises, don't try to push it away. Don't call it good or bad. Don't act on it immediately, just watch. When you do this, observe emotion without judgment. They lose their hold on you. That's the essence of true meditation. And here's the interesting part, this kind of meditation doesn't require ritual, chanting, or any technique. It's simply direct, clear awareness of your own mind and inner state. Choiceless awareness allows you to see the emotion as they are without being trapped by them. Anger, fear, jealousy, they are still there, but they no longer control you. The mind becomes free, calm, and intelligent because it's seeing reality directly, not through labels or stories. Think about this for a moment. Religion, philosophies, self-help system, even spiritual teachers, they all offer path. They tell you what to do, pray this way, meditate this way, follow these steps, obey these rules, think like this. But Krishnamurti challenged all of that. He said something striking. Truth is pathless land.
Maintain that truth is a pathless land and cannot be approached by any path whatsoever.
What does he mean? He means that truth cannot be found by following someone else's instruction, walking in someone else's footstep, or copying their journey. If you do, you are not discovering your truth. You are only discovering their truth. Truth is not inherited, not taught, and cannot be handed down. You can only find it looking within yourself and experiencing life directly. Here's an example. Imagine 10 people trying to describe the ocean. Each one has a different perspective. Only talks about waves, another about the color, another about the sound of water. You can read all their description, but you will never truly know the ocean that way to understand it. You must go there, feel the water, taste the salt, hear the waves. Only then do you know the ocean directly. In the same way, truth is not something you can find in books, teachings, or instruction. It is about direct experience, observing life, noticing yourself, and seeing things without filters, expectation, and pre-convenience ideas. This is why Krishnamurti emphasizes self-observation and awareness over following any path or system. Krishnamurti teaching aren't about following strict rules, performing ritual, or memorizing mantras. At their core, they are about living with awareness, clarity, and direct observation. He encourages us to question everything: authority, tradition, beliefs. Don't accept anything blindly. Just because someone says so or because it's always been done that way. True understanding comes from seeing for yourself, not from following instruction. Awareness begins with observing your mind in everyday life. Notice anger, jealousy, fear, or desire as they arise. Don't try to suppress them, react to them, or judge yourself for having them. Simply observe. Watch how this emotion appears, how they influence your thoughts and action. Krishnamurthy emphasizes that awareness itself is a meditation. You don't need elaborate rituals, chanting, or techniques, just being fully present, fully attentive to what is happening inside and around you is enough. When you practice this, a beautiful transformation happens. You begin to understand before you act. Decision becomes clear. Relationship becomes more honest and compassionate, and life itself starts to feel lighter and more liberated. Clarity becomes the guiding principle of your mind, and freedom naturally arises from it. Krishnamurti doesn't hand you a map, step by step method, or a guarantee. He doesn't say, do this and you will be free. Instead, he holds up a mirror and say, you are the teacher and the student. You are the seeker and the truth. Think about that. You don't need to wait for some distant moment of enlightenment, some tomorrow that may never come. Freedom, clarity, and truth begins right now. The moment you choose to observe yourself honestly, without fear, without judgment, and without blindly following someone else's path. Truth isn't a hiding somewhere out there in a book, a teacher, or a ritual. It is here within you, always accessible, always present. It's waiting for you to notice, to explore, and to experience it directly. So ask yourself, are you ready to not to follow, not to believe, but to truly see, to look within and meet reality as it is? Because the moment you do, you step into freedom that is entirely your own.